Welcome to all our viewers. This is Emdad, the Wandering Londoner, and it's good to be back in the studio with you all as well. A warm welcome for everybody who's watching us live, wherever you are in the world, whether it's in Tower Hamlets, Newham, any part of London, the suburbs, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, Africa, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to the Sports Show. Now, as promised during our last show, just to recap, we had the Inter BSA tournament and we have members of the management committee and the organizers in our studio. And we discussed the importance of grassroots education, football, well-being, whether it's on a physical level or even on a mental health well-being level as well. We also spoke about education and the fact that this groundbreaking grassroots tournament is being sponsored by an educational establishment, an institute like Regent College, for example. And we did promise our viewers, and I've been reminded by many of whom I meet, whether it's me cycling on the streets or on the football pitch, or even just going to the mosque or in a local restaurant as well. I've had a fair few conversations with people who are Bishnati in background and otherwise, who have reminded me that they were awaiting the details of the draw coming up. So without wasting a lot of time with me talking endlessly, again, I'm going to introduce you to our guests in the studio. And we're going to just to recap. So Yakub, welcome back to the Sports Show. Just to recap from our previous discussions, I think it was a very healthy talk, an introduction to football, community football that we had. Can you just remind us again very briefly what this tournament is about?
Well, thank you for having us again, Emdad. I'd like to first of all thank, before we start, Sam Reynolds from Regent College London for coming in today, to taking the time, and obviously for sponsoring us this year. So this inter tournament we started in, it's been about 7-8 years now. It's about getting all the Bishnati players from around the country together in one platform and one day where we can get together and then look forward to showing their talents and stuff, so we can pick a good, solid team to go into the Upazila tournament. So that's the main reason behind it. And now it's just grown every year. It's gone bigger and bigger. And we have teams from all parts of the country coming together.
Khalis Miah, long-term friend of the show, the most successful manager in Upazila football, goes without saying, lifting the hallowed trophy 4 times. Amazing results. So you're at the stage now where this year, not only are you going to be leading Bishnat in the Upazila Cup for the veterans, but also you have the utmost responsibility to manage and lead the Open Age Bishnat squad in the inaugural Open Age Upazila Cup as well. So in terms of football in hierarchy, you're right at the top. Well, you know, I know in football hierarchy, we still have technical directors and we have board members as well. But I'm talking from a fan's perspective. You know, you're at the top of the tree. What motivation do you have to still go and attend a grassroots tournament like this?
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for having us again, Emdad Bhai. LV24 has always been there for us and doing a lot of work for us when we come and speak to the public out there. Listen, thank you for the introduction though. Heavily appreciated, but no, this is all friendly football. Yes, in our community, this has become quite big. So I'm grateful to the Bishnat committee and the Bishnat public, actually, supporters from Bishnat and outside, for being given the privilege to to lead such an amazing team. Motivation is, I guess, every time you think about your roots, where you come from, where you're from, that reminds you why it's important. So I'm Bishnati, born, bred, still Bishnati, always will be Bishnati. So when I get the opportunity to represent them and lead an amazing group of people, I don't need any more motivation than that. So that's the reason. Thank you.
So Anfor Ali, again, welcome back to the show, and it's good to see you here again. There's a matter of, I think, 2 weeks before this exciting tournament takes place. How much time is this taking up amidst all the preparation for the Upazila Cup in the summer, and in a matter of a few weeks, the Open Age Upazila Cup taking place as well? In some cases, I sense that some Bishnatis are actually more excited about this the Inter-Bishnat tournament, that they're actually opposite cup, which is actually quite refreshing.
I agree. Talking about preparation, Emdad bhai, we started from last year. So as soon as last year was over, we started working on it. We've been working behind the scene day and night to deliver this successfully, and alhamdulillah, everybody is on top, doing what they should be doing. And people talking about the Inter more, the reason being, this is a beautiful way of engaging the youth, the old, and the community together in one platform for the love of football. Everybody looks forward to it because you get to play, son and father and son get to play on the same team. 35, you probably get 40 years old playing with the 16 years old at the competitive game. So this is the whole reason, and to meet each other, and not forgetting that this is where we pick and choose our squad for the upcoming Upajila and the Open Age. So there will be a lot of talent, and this is where we welcome people to come and show the talent so they can be selected for the upcoming Upajila.
Sam, welcome to the show, sports show.
Thanks for having me.
Brilliant. Me, myself, I was particularly excited to hear that Regent College were backing this tournament, offering their full-fledged support. Amazing for a grassroots tournament like this. I know it's a grassroots tournament, but when it comes to our community, you've got the best team in the country by country mile, who are participating in numerous tournaments this year. So you picked a good horse there as well. But interesting for me was the fact that you got an celebrated and established educational establishment, which is providing education to all sectors of our community, being involved in a sports initiative. So my question to you is, what's your motivation behind getting involved?
Well, when we found out about the events, it really kind of rang true to me because it really aligns to our values. So kind of reaching out to the community, we have campuses based in North and West London, so Southall, Kingsbury, Wembley, and also Central London, Fitzrovia and Holborn. And our whole offering is giving people the opportunity to get into higher education, degree level courses that maybe people don't necessarily think they're right for university or college. Maybe it's not quite what they feel is for them, but we offer that opportunity. We're accessible, we're inclusive, and we really try to drive our kind of message through the community. So partnering up with people like you is exactly where we want to be, in the heart of the community, to promote that education is for everyone.
So I was having a very interesting discussion with Azad during our first show discussing this tournament. And myself, I'm a late bloomer in life in terms of my education. I've completed my GCSEs and then I took over a 20-year gap from education. In fact, my day job, if I applied for the job today, I wouldn't even walk through the door because you need to be a minimum. You have to have a university degree to get in. I got in through the back door. I was employed as an interpreter. I proved myself. I remember I used to work with this Vietnamese gentleman. I was very young and eager. I was like a rookie cop, that kind of dynamic. And he was one of the old hands. So it was very much a case of the old and the new. So I was his interpreter. That was my official role. But what I used to do is I used to do his translation. I used to do his reports. I used to do his work. And so he used to introduce me on home visits and things like that as an assistant, which I used to feel really good about. But what happened was, for him, it was an easy life because he's got this young, eager new officer, this rookie who's come in now and wants to do everything. And he's thinking to myself, why might I as well take my shoes off and kick back? Because I've got this guy working really hard for me. But what it did for me, it developed me. So I became a good officer in my own right, and I was employed, but it couldn't happen to me today. So I'm looking at myself and various people from within this footballing community. This is why I got really excited about. There is a link between sports and education as well. You may, on the back of the publicity that is generated from this program, and obviously the partnership work that you do with BSA going forward as well, have an influx and a whole host of interest from within the community, or footballers now who have reached veteran stage, and they're thinking to themselves, you know what, I've worked my whole life doing manual labor. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have to do it, otherwise the country will stop running. But I fancy a change of career. To do that, I need to have some qualifications, some vocational skills. Wouldn't that be great if Regent College could step in right there and say, you know what, thank you very much, we'll take over from here, and this is what we can do.
And to an extent, that is what we offer. You know, the average age of our student is 36. So we've not necessarily got your typical university lifestyle and experience. We do have, you know, students that are from that kind of more typical 18 to 21 age range. But actually what we find is that the type of kind of student that we work with, offering kind of evening and weekend courses, means that it's quite flexible around that busy lifestyle that you get to maybe later on in life. So that's absolutely our driver, is supporting people that maybe get into education a little later in life, maybe want to further their careers, better themselves educationally, and we provide that support. And we really focus on the employability aspect. So it's not just great, you've got your course, you're at university now, but where do you want to take that degree? You know, are you looking for progression within your current career? Are you looking for a whole career change? So we're really trying to drive that narrative so that people can be on that journey with us.
Brilliant. Anfor Ali, just a quick one for you, just to say, are you offering Sam honorary Bishnati citizenship? Yes. Or can we have him for Benuzar?
Sam will be honoring, I think we're going to honor him on behalf of the Bangladesh community.
Okay.
Okay, not just Bishnati and Beni Bajari.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, Bishnati always ahead of the curve.
Yeah, because he deserves bigger, not just Bishnati and Beni Bajari.
Brilliant response. Thank you very much. Yakub, going back to you now. So what we're going to do is, we've had a good recap. It's very exciting times now with tournaments like this. And like I said, a lot of people are more excited about this Inter-Bishnat tournament, which is a really positive sign, because it just shows the work that this team have put in has been phenomenal. And I've been experiencing and witnessing and talking about your journey right from the beginning. You know, I'm one of the few media personalities who's also coaching and also managing some of the teams as well. And I've always held an interest in supporting brilliant initiatives like this. So you've got youngsters now and even older people who are all of a sudden saying, you know what, I never thought living in England, I came to the UK, for example, our fathers and grandfathers' generation, I came to England to do some manual labor. I didn't intend to stay here. I intended to do a little bit of work. I was invited to come here, work, go back, settle back home, things have changed. You know, we came over here, we brought our spouses over, children. It was we are very proud British Bangladeshis in our own right as well. At the same time, some people are also extremely proud of their heritage. You know, we must not forget where we've come from. And again, that's a positive thing. You know, if you know where you came from, you know where you're headed. It's very important for us to know this. So the good thing about this is youngsters are just as excited. And then you've got teary-eyed seniors who also say that we didn't think in our lifetime we'd have a situation that we're using football as a medium to engage. Not only that, we've got educational institutes involved supporting us. As a result, we'll probably have members from within our communities who will go on to have career changes, have great educational careers going forward as well. But also it's uniting them as well. So Yakub, how many teams, can you remind us again, participated during the tournament?
This year we have 10 teams.
10 teams. I'm going to ask you to give me a brief outline of 3 of the teams, please.
Okay. I'll talk about the newest one, BFC Kent. They're based around Kent. They're actually lads have recently come through from work permits, and they want to got a team together.
No way.
Yeah, and then like with student visas, and you know the new influx of Bangladeshis have come in recently. So they've actually played football together in Bishnat. They got really good connection, and they really wanted to be part of the Bishnat team, the Bishnat setup. So I mean, I got news from Bangladesh to get involved if we can get them in, and I was really excited to have them on board. Actually, to be honest.
Very interesting you say that, because even from a Bangladeshi community perspective, especially if they're on work permits, and we saw there's some recent controversy in our community where somebody made a comment about the restaurant business, for example. We're not going to go into that, but even within our community sometimes, the reason why I'm mentioning this is there's a certain snobbishness involved, thinking, you know what, you guys are here on work permits. I might be Bangladeshi heritage, but I was born and brought up here, I'm educated, etc. There's always that element involved. So again, kudos and congratulations, Khalis, because the fact that, you know what, this is, when you said inclusive, it wasn't lip service. You know, everybody's involved as well. So second team, Yakub.
Yeah, but coming to that, I mean,
Yeah.
BSA, the whole ethos of us is about unity and community and everyone. I'm not talking about just amongst ourselves. We're talking about every Ubazilla, everyone around, everyone who's supported us. We want everyone to get together, have a good day. You know what I mean? Get involved in football, get to know each other, and that's what it's all about, really. Isn't
And
it?
why it's so important is just recently on TikTok we had a Sylheti team mainly made up of people who had recently come over from Bangladesh, work permits, education.
Yeah.
They pulled off a major championship win out of London. And I was following their TikTok videos. And every third or fourth comment was Fresh EFC, Fresh EFC. And I was sitting there scratching my head. I said, these guys have thumped the opposition to lift this trophy. Phenomenal football players. And that's all you can come up with is Fresh EFC, Fresh EFC.
We're never going to go around that route because
So
we've seen as even the selection process of the team.
Yes.
Everyone is welcome. Everyone's got their fair share of the trial. Everyone's picked on merit, regardless of if you're from the north, south, or whatever, how old you are. If you're good enough, you get in the squad. Now that's what Khalis Miah has worked on all the time.
Yes.
And that's why we've been successful. And that's what it is. It's about having everyone involved and everyone given the chance. And that's the whole tournament about the tournament. You know, so that's why everyone's welcome. And the BFC have come in first time. Hopefully they'll do well. I know there's some good quality players in the BFC team who played really well, good level football in Bangladesh. I think they're the team to watch.
Okay, good.
Okay. And the second
team?
And the second team, BSO, I'm talking about. That's the second time they've here. Last year they've done really well. I think they got to the semis. They're predominantly new lads who've come to the country as well, but really good, really tenacious, really fit for their age. So that's another team to look out for. BCA, they're locally based, Bishnat Association, but they've got some.
Not the catering association.
No.
No, get that correct.
And then,
that's an old joke with us now.
Yeah, so they're sometimes unknown entities. We don't really know where they get to play, but we know a few players that got some good talented ones. We don't know the squad as such yet, so I can't really go into it. But they've always come and competed.
So are Bishnat very strict? Are they going to do a citizenship test?
No, but they know that because the players that come in, I have to be eligible to play for Bishnat, so you have to be early Bishnat anyway. So we don't need to do that.
We've got a team from Bradford coming in.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. So,
okay, yeah.
That's my three.
That's your three. Right. Khalis, you got the easy task of giving us the talking about four of the teams.
Sure. I mean, I just want to elaborate or interject on some of the things that you were talking about, what Sam, Yakub were mentioning. We've done the show with you a few years now, and we've done shows with other TV stations as well. And I think we always mentioned our ethos, and Yakub touched on this. Always. When we set this up 10 years ago, this organization, we obviously laid out where we want to be, how we want to do things. We can't always achieve the end goal, but the journey itself, we're learning and we're correcting paths as we're going. So just like Yakub spoke about this new team, BFC, etc. Yeah, we always about community building and how that reflects back into the community, the Bishnati community outside of Bishnat in Bangladesh and the UK. And every time we choose our sponsors, it's strategic. As you saw previously, it was a property. Obviously, I don't want to name them at the moment. It was a property-related organization. It's been a food-related organization, and so on and so forth. Now it's education. We evolving our community, like you mentioned before. We evolving, and we want to remind people this is not just about sports. We do this for the community. We can't fulfill every criteria out there, but we're on a journey to do so. If we're here for the next 50 years, I'm sure we will go to each sector of the community and each sector of how we can benefit the community. So education plays a massive part in growing. I don't need to say that. I don't need to explain that anymore. Hence the reason Regent College and Sam has taken his time out today to come and explain a bit of that. With regards to the teams, I'm not going to make it too long. We've got Birmingham, we've got Bradford, we've got Coventry, and we've got the London teams. Sure. The usual suspects, we call them. But the Bradford one is slightly different this year because we've given the opportunity for a couple of the brothers out there to create this team with brothers from a neighboring city, which is Blessings, it's called. Sure. So they're going to be called Bradford Blessings this year. Bishnat, but they're all Bishnatis. So everyone is citizen tested, by the way, yeah? Everyone, we've been doing this for so long, everyone understands
Sounds
that.
very evangelical.
It does, but that's the name of the place. Yeah. So this is not Blessings in terms of the name's Blessings.
Yes.
It's not a Christian name, but it's the name of the city. or the
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
I think. But anyway,
It's a
so
great name.
it is a great name.
Yeah.
So they actually compete in a up north league at the moment, and I think all but one, if not all of them, might be wrong, are all from Bishna. I went to watch them a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, in Bradford, because that's where the league they play, and that's the name of the league. And they've created this team full of, like I said, 90% to 100% Bishnatis, and they're going to be traveling from other local players as well into this team to compete. So that's my 4 teams. Coventry, usual suspects. Birmingham, usual suspects. Birmingham have won it once. Yeah. They've won it once, haven't they? Birmingham won it once, and I think they've been in the final twice. 2 finals, won it once, and they're coming back stronger. And because we got the open age Upazila tournament this year, this is an amazing, amazing thing. All of these teams got players who are on my scouting list, right, in my group, potentially being selected for the Open Age Upazila tournament, which is the 20th of July. Hosted by Shanaliotis, I must say, by the way, because I don't mention them enough. They're doing an amazing work. And this year they've listened to all the Upazilas, and they're hosting the Open Age Upazila tournament, 20th of July. So Bobby Moore, everyone come and join, inshallah.
I'm sure it'll be an amazing day. So Anfor Ali, going to you now. We've got 3 teams left. Could you give us a lowdown on them?
I think we got 2 teams from London.
I said London, you got Essex.
All right, so you correct.
You got London Northwest.
Yeah, and Milton Keynes.
And Milton Keynes.
Yeah. So, you know, we have, you probably almost know all the players that they're very high quality, decent player from London's. They all, we want to see them compete for the place. So,
let me interrupt you for 1 second, actually. So these 3 teams that you just mentioned, they've all won it once or more.
Yes.
Okay, Milton Keynes have won it once.
Yeah.
London, depending on obviously which setup you talk about, won it I think 2-3 times now.
2-3 times,
London Northwest have also won it twice, once joint and once separately. Okay. Sorry, so you carry on.
So not we're not hinting to anyone that the London won the most, but you know, yeah, Milton Keynes again. I think it's a brilliant team for our manager Khalis to look at, because they have loads of young open age players. He has so many pros and play now very high level football. A couple of them are in Bangladesh, but then again, yeah, Milton Keynes, and then you got the Northwest London, which is one of Yakub's team. So Yakub runs a team in Thursday League and things like that. So he's barely managing. London East, this is all our local boys again. Hopefully, yeah. So that's the team. I think last time my son played as well.
They won it last year.
Yeah, they won last year. Yeah. So every team there is, you know, we are blessed. I must say, we are blessed to have such
Bradford blessed.
Not Bradford. This is a general blessing. You know, we are blessed by God, that Allah, I should say, we are blessed by Allah that we got very, very decent players, and we want to create that platform for all to come and engage on the day and play and enjoy football. Not, you know, this is a reminder for all the players to remember their roots and come and beat their. You know, whether actually the background of people, it's because, you know, if you come in, you're going to pop into lots of, you know, cousins and nephews and things like that. So, yeah. And this is where Bishnat BSA is unique, I must say, because we do work hard to, you know, create the platform for everybody to come and enjoy. And we invite everybody to come and, you know, have a great day.
Back to Sam again. So I've been involved in the education system in terms of my work for about a quarter century now as well. Been a coach for many, many years. These are 2 issues: sports development, human development through sports, not just sports. Obviously, we all want to win. We can't lift all the trophies together in a community level. I think Khalis and me kind of see eye to eye on that. Through discussions with Khalis, I've always noted the fact that his ethos has always been, it's not just, of course, there's no question, he's absolutely determined to lift it as well, but the human development side has also been key in terms of that. When I'm coaching the kids, for example, I take an interest, I speak to their parents about how they're doing in school, how their grades, how their behavior, they're facing any issues. Sometimes I will use that. I won't use it as a blackmail tool, say, look, if you don't do well or if you don't hand your assignments and if I get this report, I'm going to drop you. But those who are under our charge have begun to realize that actually coach values education just as much. Do you think sporting aspirations are just as important as the educational aspirations, and can they be linked like they do in America, for example?
Yes, I mean, I think they can absolutely be linked. Think about some of the key drivers of both of them: pushing yourself further, testing yourself, taking yourself out of your comfort zone, perhaps working with teams. You know, it's not just a one-person show. And I think that's the way your journey in education is, whether that's coming into a class, not knowing anyone else for the first time, maybe taking a subject that you're not familiar with, having to do your group work presentations. You know, I'm sure you'd have had your fair time doing that, working as a team, communicating with others, getting on with people that maybe have a different background or different view. You transfer over to sport, it's exactly the same. So I think there's real key links there, and listening to the way you were talking about the teams, it really does align with what we're doing in the community in terms of bringing all of those people together and giving people an opportunity to rise.
I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot here, Sam. So we've got the Inner London Football League. In my opinion, and I don't think anybody here would disagree with me as well, it's the best grassroots football setup in the country. Definitely one of the best in Europe, definitely, but we don't know all the European setups. But definitely the best in the UK, in my humble opinion. Me, myself, even from a welfare perspective, and I've gone onto the stage for them during their celebration dinners, and I've mentioned the fact that there are untold stories of females, for example, who have spoken about grassroots football and how projects like the Inner London Football League, and I'm sure the guests here will also identify with where I've had women who have come up to me during the course of my work role. And they said, look, we've seen you as a coach on a Thursday night at Mabley Green. It's you, isn't it? I said, yeah. Because a lot of people think I just do voluntary work in the community. And then they see me in a different setup. They're like, oh, is that you? And then I've had females saying to me, say, look, Monday to Wednesday is battery day. What I mean, from Monday to Wednesday, they get battered. Domestic violence. Okay. Domestic violence non-stop. Thursday morning, their spouse, their partner, their husband wakes up and he's got a big grin on his face. It's the men I'm talking about in our community. Not that saying that domestic violence doesn't happen both ways, but I'm using men as a specific example. And this is a mother telling me a Thursday morning is like Eid or Christmas Day for that person. He wakes up with a smile on his face. And from Thursday morning, because Thursday evening is football, he's either going to go and play in the Vets League, or he's going to go and support his team, or he's just going to stand around there, watch the football, have a few cheeky cigarettes with his friends, a light evening out with his friends. So from Thursday morning until Sunday, it's respite for her. This is what one mother told me once. And she said, I want to thank people like yourselves. Well, she said, thank people like me, but you know what we mean. The whole setup, the people, the managers, the coaches, the sponsors, the Inner London Football League, the sponsors, the players, whoever. Because of you guys, 3 days a week, I get a respite where my husband doesn't batter me, black and blue. And I thought to myself, you know, when I first heard that, I've still shared that story on the platform several times. The Inner London Football League, they went one beyond. And this is why I love organizations when they talk about, whether it's BSA talking about what they're doing here as well. And, you know, and I use them as an example. So they introduced an educational program. I participated myself with my son on it. It was a sports management program. And they linked up with the local college as well. I can see that. And I spoke to Azad. We addressed this during our first show. We can see this being revolutionized. It's not a case of, oh, I got in there first, this, that, the other, but it's us using our God-given talents and resources. You know, when you find yourself in a position as such, it's never an accident. There's always the bigger picture involved. You know, I might be the CEO of an educational establishment. Yeah, I make money from recruiting students, student fees, this, that, the other. But thinking outside the box, have I got a bigger role to play here as well? Looking, again, from our football perspective as well, can Regent College take this as a stepping stone to really engage with the football community and take things forward?
I think it's a great opportunity, isn't it? I mean, having the opportunity to meet you all this evening, I'm looking forward to coming down in 2 weeks' time, seeing some of the talent. I may have my boots in the boot of the car just in case get a late call up. But I think, yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, I've spent my whole life kind of in and around football, playing at different levels, a bit of coaching. I've got a 2-year-old little boy now. He's at football, and kind of watching some of the key skills, right, around kind of discipline and control is so important. And even kind of now I play in a football league that is kind of linked to kind of men's health. So as you play football, but we also work together as a group to support each other kind of health and mental health wise. And those key drivers really link to the community, and education is such a key factor in that, you know, giving people the opportunity to further grow and develop. And I, you know, really hope that we can have a good time together and, you know, build a stronger partnership.
See, this is seriously exciting. I know we're discussing it during the sports show as well, but this is a seriously exciting opportunity and an opportunity for us all to develop together as well. Now, viewers, we are going to shortly move on to the exciting part, what you're waiting for. I know you're probably chucking your slippers at the TV now, at your screens. Well, it's not the TV anymore. You could be watching me on your smartphone and thinking, why doesn't he just zip it and get to the exciting part and get the draw out the way as well? But before that, what we are going to do is we are going to introduce the kit concept for the Inter BSA tournament. So you'll get an idea. We know there'll be numbered kits as well, and how these kits are going to be allocated to each team. And we'll take a minute just to let you enjoy the presentation. And welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. And as you saw, there's a kit concept as well. I did notice that there were no Arsenal-themed kits there.
There is.
Was there an Arsenal-themed kit?
Number 8, I think it was.
Oh, number 8, okay.
You're more concentrating on the Liverpool one.
On the Liverpool one.
I thought so.
Okay.
It's easy not to notice
It's
Arsenal.
easy not to notice Arsenal as well. Having said that, if there are riots in Bishnat because somebody ended up with the Arsenal kit, please do not blame us in the studio as well. I think this is one shirt people would like to avoid. Nobody wants the wooden spoon at the end of the day. You know, that's for sure. Unless it's Khalis who's managing them directly as well. So unless you actually give it to Khalis and his team, I'll be a little bit worried about the team that gets that as well. But again,
Got all the Arsenal colours, mate.
You've got all the Arsenal colours as well.
Can I elaborate on what was on the slide, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
So this is for the viewers, for the teams also. So our sponsors, Regent College, have sponsored all the 10 kits. The reason you saw the names of UK and football teams. So these are the kits, the designs of the kits. We've numbered each of the kits, and that goes into the draw. So when we do the draw, each kit, so for example, the first kit that we showed was numbered 1,
yes,
all the way to number 10.
Yes.
So the first team that comes up, Group A, is going to be that kit,
yeah.
and the second kit, second team that comes up will have the kit number 2, which is going to be for the Group B, and so on and so forth, all the way to number 10. But this is where the sponsors have come in, not the Tottenham or the Arsenal shirt or anything like that. They've come in and they've sponsored every single team's shirt for this, and obviously the cost of running the event, etc.,
Wow.
etc.
Absolutely amazing.
So yeah, so that's where that's why the kits were numbered, and the kits are already 1 to 10 because there's only 10 teams, and just a draw will determine which kit, which team gets, and which part of the draw they fall onto. Yeah. And they are amazing kids, including the Arsenal one, by the way.
Including the Arsenal. I'll be particularly interested to see which team actually picks up that thing.
I'm not playing, but I'm going to
So
take
now
it.
again to the main part of our show. Now what we're going to do is we're going to conduct the live draw in the studio as we speak. The format will be there are 10 teams in the box, in the hat, in the box, as we should say. Anfor and Sam will be taking out the names, and we'll be keeping a track record of each team as they are withdrawn as well. So without wasting any further time, just going to check that there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 balls in there. Starting with Sam, one at a time. And now what I will do is we'll keep a note of. So Group A, Sam, first team.
Is that Sam camera? So he could actually.
Yeah.
We've done them up tight there.
First team for Group A.
First team for Group A, Birmingham.
Excellent.
First team in Group A, Birmingham. Anfor, before you lift up, Sam, can you please confirm that the balls are not warm?
Okay. Let's not break them. So this is
the
Group
first
B.
team for Group B. Kit
First
number
team
2.
for you. That's kit number 2.
Wow. Bradford.
Bradford. So
Bless-
first team in
Bradford
Group
Blessings.
Bradford Blessings.
Bradford Blessings.
Sam, second team for Group A, please. Kit number 3.
So kit number 3.
So kit's number 3 is going to London
Northwest.
Northwest.
London Northwest. Well done.
Okay.
That's kit number 3, and that's the second team in Group A. And for Bay,
Right.
Second team in Group B.
B.
kit number 4.
Kit number 4. Okay.
Coventry.
That's
Right.
Coventry.
Back to Sam again. Group A, third team, kit number 5.
Okay, kit number 5.
Okay. Emdad.
That one's a fix.
Yeah. My apologies for
You have to be even more careful in grassroots football.
BSO.
BSO.
BS,
Oh,
BSO. Well done, BSO.
so
And for by Group B, team
Picking up
6.
the-
That's a kit
Team
number
3,
6.
kit number 6 on Group B. Okay. BFC Kent.
BFC Kent. Is that the team we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Okay, the dark horses.
dark horses. That could be a surprise team.
And Sam, kit number 7, fourth team in Group A.
Okay, next up, Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes.
Okay.
Again, and for by your Group B, fourth team.
London East.
London
Last
East.
year winner.
So the holders,
Holders.
London East. Okay, and Sam, the fifth team in Group A.
Kit 9.
Next one, BCA.
BCA. And
Okay.
for by the last but not
but
least,
not the
and
least.
kit number 10 for Group B.
B. Essex.
Essex.
Oh, in the same group.
All the
Okay.
Essex boys are.
Take us.
So
Okay.
best of luck, boys.
They'll be over there with the Ford Cortinas and the
That's right.
Sierras and the and the Escorts as well. Anyway, again, that concludes the draw. For the viewers who are watching, just for information purposes, the fixtures will be set in due course. Obviously, you've got a few weeks to come as well. But again, just to confirm the groups, the Group A, that's Birmingham, London Northwest, BSO, Milton Keynes, and BCA, not the British Catering Association. I know this is an old joke with Vishnat when it comes to it as well. And Group B, the 5 teams that we've got there are Bradford Blessings, Coventry, BFC Kent, London East, and Essex. Again, this promises to be a hugely exciting day out. So just to wrap up the show, Yakub, your final thoughts?
Well, on the Sunday the 15th, we welcome everyone to come, not just Bishnatis. You'll be in Brazil, everyone, all the players are welcome to come and enjoy themselves, get to meet the players. And final thoughts, thank you again to Sam for coming in tonight. And thank you to everyone at Regent College, from all of us at BSA. Thank you for sponsoring this year. And hopefully it's a partnership that can continue in the future.
Gaffer?
Yes. So important thing about our sponsors, they're going to hold a stall on the day. So there's going to be a lot of information for everyone there. So even if you didn't come for the football, come to meet the guys there. It's going to be Sam and a few of his colleagues with a lot of information that they can take away as well as speak, obviously. And help us do things for the community through Regent College, and come and enjoy the day with your families where possible. Everyone's welcome.
Anfor Ali?
Yeah, so 15th of June, we look forward to seeing you in Mabli Green. Please do come and support. Especially, I'm calling all the Bishnati brothers. Please do come and support your brothers, your nephews, everyone. And most importantly, come and support football and the community.
And Sam?
Well, firstly, I'm excited to be there on the day and feel the kind of the community spirit and see some of those kind of hot prospects that we've been talking about in terms of the teams. But I know my colleagues that are coming down, we're excited. We've got our prospectus ready. We've got our flyers ready. We've got programs in business, health, law, sports. We offer a range of programs. So there's plenty of opportunities and, career and an education for everyone. So looking forward to meeting people, and we can talk more about some of the programs on offer.
Brilliant.
Best of luck to all the teams.
Thank you very much. And again, viewers, just to conclude the show, I want to say a massive thank you to BSA for coming in. They've been long-term friends of this show. And every time we have a show and we have a discussion, I feel I go away feeling a little bit more inspired than I was before the show. Huge thanks and our gratitude to Regent College, Azad and Sam, for supporting the grassroots. A lot of times what we have is, we pick, obviously it's the luck of the draw that they actually pick the best grassroots team in sporting association in the country as well. But I don't think that was the motive behind it as well. They just wanted to make a difference, use this sport. And I think most exciting part of our discussions during these past 2 episodes of the sports show has been the link between sports, education, and human development. And again, I'm really pleased to hear that Regent College will have a stall there on the day as well. And again, my appeal to everybody who's watching is, if you're not intending to go there. If you are attending, it will be a blast. It will be a party on the day. If you've been to a Bishnat organization, a day out, anything that they do is usually a blast as well. But if you're there, please spend a few minutes visiting those stalls, because education is key. Education is all about development. Education opens pathways. Also, if you're watching this show and you think that you're over the hill, this is why I use my own example as someone who's at the age of almost 50, still doing 2 GCSEs a year at some of the schools I work at. I'm not sharing this to show, what a great student. They're meaningless to me. They're not going to make any difference in terms of my job. The reason why I share this is that we all feel inspired to know that education is for life. If you're there on the day, and obviously the details are there, do pay a visit to the Regent College. There will be personnel there who will be able to answer your questions. Sign up and do something. You're never too old. You may want to try a new career. You've got that in mind. Talk to the advisors who are there on the day as well. And again, lastly, I want to congratulate BSA. The success that they've had over the course of the last decade hasn't been by accident. I've actually watched and witnessed the volunteers, and every single one is a volunteer. The volunteers, blood, sweat, tears, day in, day out, just to make things happen for the community. And not only have Bishnatis in the UK benefited tremendously, but naturally everybody else has benefited as well, because what it's done is their example has upped the ante for other people. People have now raise their aspirations as a result of what they're doing as well. So once again, welcome everybody, and it's goodbye from me, the Wandering Londoner. Thanks for watching The Sports Show.